Top 10 creative writing competitions for writers. If you have published a book, planning to publish a novel, or just love to write, this video is for you. Do you know that you can win $1,000 to $100,000 as a published or about to be published author for your poem? In today's video, we'll bring you our top 10 creative writing and poetry competitions for writers that you can enter for free for a chance to win $1,000 to $100,000. In addition, you will gain publicity and recognition for your work. By the way, if you have not already, click the subscribe button to continue discovering life-changing opportunities on After School Africa channel. Grab your notepad as we count down from number 10. Gleaner Leshiy Prize for African Poetry. The Gleaner Leshiy Prize for African Poetry is awarded annually to a book published in the previous calendar year by an African poet. This Pan-African Poetry Prize was established to promote African poetry written in English or in translation and to recognize a significant book published each year by an African poet. The winner will receive cash prize of $1,000. Number 9. Seliman First Book Prize for African Poets. The Seliman First Book Prize for African Poetry is awarded annually to an African poet who has not yet published a collection of poetry. The African Poetry Book Series is made possible through the generosity of a philanthropist, Laurel and Robert F.X. Seliman. The winner receives $1,000 and book publication through University of Nebraska Press and Amalion Press in Senegal. Number 8. The Short Story Day Africa Prize for African Writers. The Short Story Day Africa Prize is an African writing prize open to African citizens, permanent residents of African countries, or second-generation Africans living in the diaspora. Unpublished works between 3,000 to 5,000 words in response to the theme are eligible to the prize. The first prize $800, second prize $200, and third prize $100. Number 7. Brunel University International African Poetry Prize for African Poets. The Brunel University African Poetry Prize works in partnership with the African Poetry Book Fund to provide a platform for unpublished poets in Africa. The prize is a major annual poetry prize of £3,000 aimed at the development, celebration, and promotion of poetry from Africa. British Nigerian writer Bernardine Evristow, who is a professor of creative writing at Brunel University, London, initiated the award in 2012. Number 6. Kane Prize for African Writing. The Kane Prize for African Writing, launched in 2000, is a literature prize awarded to an African writer of a short story published in English. The focus on the short story reflects the contemporary development of the African storytelling tradition. Winning and shortlisted authors will be invited to participate in writers' workshops in Africa, London, and elsewhere. The winner will receive cash prize of £10,000 plus invitation to 3 literature festivals in Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria, while the other 4 shortlisted candidates will receive a prize of £500 each plus travel awards. Here is an honorary mention to add to the list: Michael Elliot Award for Excellence in African Storytelling. The International Center for Journalists, ICFJ, in collaboration with One and the Elliot family, 6 entries for the contest, named after late British journalist and longtime ICFJ board member Michael Elliot. This prestigious award will honor an upcoming journalist in Africa who tells important stories through quality reporting. The winner will receive $5,000 to pursue an in-depth reporting project. He or she will also spend time in US newsrooms to learn new skills and receive mentorship from ICFJ. Number 5. Graywolf Press Africa Prize for African Authors. The Graywolf Press Africa Prize is awarded for a first novel manuscript by an African author primarily residing in Africa. The prize will be judged by A. Igoni Barrett, author of the acclaimed novel Black Ass, in conjunction with the Graywolf editors. The winning manuscript will receive a $12,000 advance and publication by Graywolf Press, which will include a dedicated effort to making the book available in major markets in African countries. Number 4. 9 Mobile Prize for Literature for African Writers. The 9 Mobile Prize for Literature celebrates new African writers whose first fiction book, over 30,000 words, was published in the last 24 months. The 9 Mobile Prize aims to promote the publishing industry at large and will therefore purchase 1,000 copies of all shortlisted books, which will be donated to various schools, book club and libraries across the African continent. The winner of the 9 Mobile Prize for Literature receives £15,000 and a high-end device. 9 Mobile will sponsor a book tour to 3 African cities. The winning writer will also embark on the 9 Mobile Fellowship at the University of East Anglia, mentored by Professor Gleaner Foden, author of The Last King of Scotland, which will include significant opportunities to meet other writers, publishers, and most importantly, work on their second book. Number 3. Commonwealth Short Story Prize for Commonwealth countries. The prize is awarded for the best piece of unpublished short fiction, 2,000 to 5,000 words, written by a citizen of a Commonwealth country. Short stories translated into English from other languages are eligible. Writers from Mozambique who write in Portuguese and writers who write in Samoan, Swahili, and Bengali and who do not have an English translation of their story are invited to submit their stories in the original language. 5 winners will be selected. Regional winners receives £2,500 and the overall winner receives £5,000. Number 2. Morland Writing Scholarship for African Writers. The Miles Morland Foundation awards annually a small number of Morland Writing Scholarships with the aim to allow each scholar the time to produce the first draft of a completed book. The scholarships are open to anyone writing in the English language who was born in Africa or both of whose parents were born in Africa. Scholars writing fiction will receive a grant of £18,000 paid monthly over the course of 12 months at the discretion of the foundation. Scholars writing non-fiction may receive a grant of up to £27,000 paid over a period of up to 18 months. Number 1. NLNG Nigeria Prize for Literature for Nigerian Writers. The Nigerian Prize for Literature, sponsored by the Nigeria LNG Limited, is the richest prize in Africa literature, worth $100,000 to the winner. The prize, founded in 2004 to honor literary erudition by Nigerian authors, rotates among 4 genres: fiction, poetry, drama, and children's literature, repeating the cycle every 4 years. So there you have it. Which one of these creative writing competitions interests you the most? Tell us in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share. Look on your screen right now for the next informative videos we have picked for you. Until next time, your success matters.